What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we are in the building. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about growing up hip hop. It is going down in this situation. It seems like everybody is in some type of trouble. Something is going on. But in any event, let's just get right to the situation. Let's just talk about what is happening and what is going on. We got Egypt and Sam Baby. Sam could be facing 12, 13, 14 years. He could be facing all types of years. Who knows if he's even going to jail, if he's even facing any time. But right now, they have us believing that Sam is a possibility that he might be going to jail. And yet, Egypt, and Sam tied the knot. They done got married. They done got married in Vegas, baby, where they live at. Lord have mercy. I know Pep and Tretch, they had it, in their eyes and their minds and their thought that when Egypt gets older, when she gets into her 20s, that she's going to be marrying somebody that might be facing 10 to 15 years in jail. Lord have mercy. What is going on in this situation? But the apple don't fall far from the tree. So it didn't fall far from the tree. Egypt said that she loves Sam. She gonna stay with him. She gonna be with him. And she ain't worried about the situation. She gonna stay with Sam. That's just gonna be her situation. And she don't care if he goes to jail. She don't care. She's gonna wait for him. And also, Egypt says she's gonna wait for him too. If he gets locked up, and she's gonna wait to have children because she wanted to have children while she was either 27 or 28 years old. Sam already does have two children, so she don't want to have a baby with NT by TL. So you already know that she is in love. She's feeling that man, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Sam, like, you put her in that situation where she's about to marry a jailbird or somebody that could be going to jail. But I don't believe Sam is going to jail at all. It's just a ruse for the show, point blank, period. And it's just a topic of conversation that they can use to basically hype up the show. Because allegedly, it looked like Sam got the worst of the situation. Like, he's the one that got checked. Like, he's the one that faced all, he was a victim. That's what it seemed like. But he had the tool on him. And basically, that's not a good situation. So, but Sam says he has a new DA on the case. And this DA might be more lenient towards him and towards his situation. So, we shall see how the situation is going to pan out. But I guess Pep and Trust got what they wanted. Nothing they can do. They can't change their daughter's mind. They can't do nothing about it. If they were ever going to do anything about it, they had to catch it right in the beginning. But in any event, these two, they love each other. They ride or die. And at this point, Sam and Egypt are one and the same. They are the same person at any event. And it is what it is. I was like, Lord have mercy. It is going down in this situation. So, Egypt done got himself a wife, y'all. He done got himself a real wife. I was like, OMG. So, it is what it is in that situation. And there's nothing that you can tell Egypt. There's nothing that Egypt is going to listen to. There's nothing that Egypt feels that anybody can tell her. And you have so many people on this season so far talking to Sam and trying to give him advice. When the last time that Sam took any advice from any adult on this show that was trying to give him information? He ain't took no advice for nobody, okay? So I don't even know why they sitting there wasting their breath, because he ain't listening to them. He ain't paying them no mind. He ain't never paid them people no mind that was on that's on this show trying to give him advice or anything of that nature. So we shall see how this situation is going to pan out. But in any event, it's going to be what it's going to be. And then we got Briana Latrise getting arrested. And basically, WeTV is using the footage of her getting arrested and everything. Like, I hope they gave her some more money for that situation, because it's like, okay, they're using her chilling on Instagram as a storyline in the situation. Well, I guess she got no other choice. She had to run with the situation. But yes, she done got arrested on camera. You got Sam going to jail, possibly facing, prison time for felonies. Now you got Briana Latrise. She's on Instagram Live in her house with her son. The police come knocking at the door. They come knocking when the cops come knocking, baby. They came knocking, y'all. And allegedly they came knocking because some people showed up. Allegedly Briana Latrise had beef with her former neighbors, or they were neighbors of some sort, and they came to her house and they knocked on her door. Briana didn't know who it was while she was on Instagram live, and she had the, she had a kitchen knife on her, and that was a situation. And I guess they seen it, the girls, the ladies, and they end up calling the popos, the cops on her and everything of that nature. The cops showed up. She thought it was still the two girls banging on the door. So she kind of like opened the door, or whatever the case may be. She still had, the police was told that she had a weapon. So they used, force, really like force that is just like crazy. But at the same time, they were told that she had a weapon. So they came to her house, they seen her yelling, you know what I mean? So they just went all the way in. If she was a different color or a different race, it may have played out very differently. But allegedly, people are saying that the girls that showed up to Briana's house, Briana was holding on to their car, or the car was in the girl's name that was knocking on her door, which doesn't make any sense because it seemed like Briana has good credit, because every time you turn around, Briana Latrise is moving, to a nice location, a nice condo, a nice place. Like, she's always staying in a nice spot and everything. You know what I mean? So I know she can't keep using people's names to get apartments or condos or leases and things of that nature. So, but in any event, they are saying that she had a car leased or financed in somebody else's name, and they wanted the car back, and Briana had the keys and she didn't want to give the keys back, or whatever the case is. I don't know how true that is, but in any event, Briana tells the story that she was having beef with these girls. They showed up to her house, and that particular week with Briana Latrise, she was having a lot of situations go on. She had went out to the club with her friends, and she ended up getting jumped. So it's been a lot of negativity going on in Briana Latrice's life, in the past 7 months. So a lot of things have been happening, a lot of things have been going down. So I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Like, that is crazy. That is real crazy all the way together. And we're gonna get into TeeTee situation, but one thing is for sure, TeeTee, she's controlling the situation. She's controlling the wedding, and her fiance Shawn Rogers is not happy with that at all. But in any event, when it comes down to Briana Latrise, what happened to her was really a sad situation. Like, she had her son in the house, the cops banging on her door. She don't know who these people are. She don't know anything about these people, as far as she was in her house chilling, and then they call the cops on her, and it's just like, yo, what's going on? So much. I mean, just like so much going on in that situation, which is crazy. But one thing is for sure. Let me see if I can find this. Maybe this is it. I was looking for something when it comes to, I think this is it. So, as you guys know, when it comes to, I feel sorry for Bree. I feel sorry for everything that happened, because her son was in the house. The cops came. He was yelling. He was screaming. He didn't know what was going on. And it was just like, really bad. I would have never opened a door, point blank, period. I would have just called 911 and said, I got some people out here. I can't tell who they are. I can't see them through my peephole. I don't know what's going on. Can I get another unit out here? Can I get a unit out here, or whatever the case is? Because they don't have no warrant to come into our house. But once you open that door, let them kick down that door, and then they'll be paying for that door. You know what I mean? But, she opened the door. I ain't never opened the door. I remember, I think the police or the state police or immigration police, they was looking for my neighbors, and they was banging on the door. It was the state police and everything. They was coming for, my neighbors that lived downstairs, and I lived upstairs, and there was like 3 doors to my apartment, which was like a 2-decker apartment or whatever. And it was banging on the door, and it was like, open up. Why won't you open the door? I said, I'm not opening the door because I'm Black and I know what we going on out here. I was like, we can talk to the door, but I ain't open it. And, they didn't have an issue with me. There was no problem. Nobody called with a weapon, but I wasn't opening the door. You better kick this mother sucker down. I open the door because I'm black, you know what I mean? And I got black men in my house. I got black kids in my house. I don't know what could happen unless you give me a warning and tell me you're coming to my house for a certain reason, whatever. I don't open the door for nobody. People knock on my door, ring my doorbell and everything. I ain't open the door. I look out the window and peep down, peep through the blinds, peep through the curtains, but I ain't opening the door for you. This ain't going on. You're not, if you are not invited, you are just not invited. For real, for real. That's my situation. But in any event, let's move on from that and let's talk about TeeTee. What's up? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? What's up, Major? What's up, Signature? What's going on? What's up, Your Majesty? How you doing? What's up, Norris Tony? I need to see a warrant. Hey, you ain't coming in. You better slide it up under the door. No. And don't let me be by myself. I ain't even coming to the door. I ain't even gonna talk through the door if I'm by myself. You know what I mean? But, it was a whole situation going on with Briana Latrise. And she had got into a fight, a few weeks ago, got into altercations with a few other people. Like, she was having a rough time that time. Like, she was, rare form, because it happens like that sometimes when negativity just hit you at once. But in any event, let's get to Miss TeeTee. Okay. So as you guys know, Sam, Sam, he married up. He married up. So him and Egypt are married. They are together. They are a peed in a pod. You know what I mean? Whatever he wants her to do, she wants to do it. They have ultimatums on each other. Do they love each other? Yes, they do love each other. And if Sam is dipping and dapping anywhere, I don't believe that Egypt knows about it and she's okay with it. I don't believe that she's dapping because, she's totally satisfied with Sam. But as you guys know, Egypt mom, Pep was out there, because you heard Tretch when he did the interview on Power 105. Tretch was basically saying that, it's so messed up what Tretch did say, because Pep was coming out with her book, and her book described how Tretch treated her. And so he got on the Breakfast Club with Egypt, and he was saying that that Pep was out here messing with women. She was out here doing this, doing that. It was all types of stuff going on. So Pep is just like Sam, if you ask me. If you guys go back to that interview where Power 105, Tretch describes their whole marriage and what was going on, and it was a best friend that was a part of their marriage that Tretch didn't even know that Pep was actually with. You know what I mean? I remember when Pep was on here, was it last season, the season before last, Pep had this woman that looked like she was a part of that LGBTQIA community. Like, she was, she was a very dominant looking woman, a very manly looking woman. And I was like, who is that woman Pep's with? But in any event, and then Pep was just messing with a guy that was married and just had a baby. And then he got caught in doing, porn and things of that nature, which was a part of the LGBTQIA community. So I think that this is the perfect, relationship for Sam and Egypt, especially with the history of, Pep and Tretch. So in any event, Sam fits right in. So like, they don't see a problem like people see a problem, but excuse me. Here I go. Here I go. So let's get to TeeTee. So TeeTee, TeeTee is getting married to Shawn and everything. So Shawn is really a bum. He's not a bum, but he said he was growing up eating rice and beans. He was growing up eating really nothing. Like, his family's poor. You know what I'm saying? And people's like, oh, Shawn got all this money. Shawn's this, Shawn that. Shawn's not this and Shawn's not that. Okay? That's not the case. His money and everything I believe, is based on TeeTee's mother. TeeTee's mother, Maureen, she is helping Shawn out. She's helping him with everything that he is doing, because he already told you his background. He told you where he came from. He can't afford to put money like that down. I don't know where he's even getting the $30,000 from. I don't know how much he's selling. But you know what I mean? He's acting like everything is a crunch, like everything is really bad. Like he can't squeeze, he's trying to squeeze a change out of a penny. That's what Shawn is trying to do. But in any event, when it comes to TeeTee's mother, when it comes to Maureen is a real businesswoman. Maureen really got it going on. Maureen, basically she is currently the director of the first global bank that's in New York. The first global bank, she right now she is the current director of the first global bank. Do you understand what TeeTee mama got money? She probably got more money than Pep. Most likely she does. So when people are saying, or maybe I even assumed that TeeTee was living off of Pep. No, her mother, I was wrong. Maureen is a director of the first global bank. And also, Maureen was on the New York bar as a lawyer in 1992 after leaving Jamaica in 1969. And Maureen, she later served as a executive director of Jamaica Economics Growth Council and head of the growth. You know what I mean? So therefore, what's his name? Shawn, what is he doing? He's in agriculture. He's in growth. He's in growing. He's in farming and all the other stuff with the things that he's doing with hemp. So therefore, when Maureen sat there and said that, when TeeTee was like, it's going to take like 2 weeks or 2 months for him to come to LA. And she was like, no, it's going to take about 6 months, because I'm looking at it, because she knows what she's talking about. And so I believe she has a whole lot to do with his business and helping him get his paperwork, get the factory, get things going, get everything legalized and up to par where it's all legit. And, because he's an okay guy, but TeeTee's basically uplifting him, just like Egypt is uplifting Sam. TeeTee's uplifting her man. So both of them, they got something in common. Like, they both wealthy, and they choose to uplift, these Caucasian guys. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, girl. And Maureen she also worked in Zimbabwe as in the agriculture and manufacturing service sector as well for 20 years, and she has all this type of legal experience in business transaction, and she's fluent in Spanish also. I was like, OMG. And Maureen is a former tennis champion. So therefore, when it comes down to the situation, Shawn very well married up. He married out of his league, because if TeeTee wanted to be a lawyer, if she wanted to do business, Maureen got her back and got the experience and got the clout and also got the connections as well. She's been she was on the bar association and have all this legal experience in business and transaction for over 20 years. And then she was running Zimbabwe, agricultural and manufacturing services. This lady is legit. And then on top of that, she later served as executive director of Jamaica Economic and Growth Council. So come on. He married up. He ain't got no money, y'all. It's TeeTee. TeeTee's the one with the money. Let me see what y'all saying. TeeTee mother is his business attorney. Yes, she's everything. She's everything. So therefore, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything to get out of favor with Maureen, because Maureen is helping Shawn with all his business dealings. And Maureen is the plug, just like, Pep is the plug with Sam. Maureen is the plug with Shawn. So in any event, our apple don't fall too far from the tree. That's what I'm just trying to say. What's up, April Morgan? How you doing? I posted a new video the other night. I roasted Nick Cannon and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay, that sounds good, Tony. So let's just get into the situation. So I was just like, OMG. For some reason, I don't know why Maureen came up on my feed. And so she came up on my feed, and it just put 2 to 2 together. TeeTee done picked him up just like Sam, just like Egypt picked up Sam, and she gave him an opportunity and she gave him a future, baby. And she's helping him with his success and his business and everything like that. But one thing Maureen, is basically thinking about this situation is TeeTee needs to be close to her husband and she needs to be close to her man. So I guess his cheating allegation and him cheating, there's nothing they can really do about that situation because TeeTee still wants to be with him. She still wants to work it out. It was in the very beginning, I believe. So therefore, they're gonna work the situation out. So anyways, everybody saying Shawn this old rich guy, he got all this other stuff, he got all this money. Sam is broke, Sam is poor, and look at this guy that she picked. No, she picked a guy that is leaning on her too as well. But if she lived in Jamaica, she wouldn't have to really lean that much. And then on top of that, TeeTee is staying in her mother's home, you know what I mean? And Shawn stays in Jamaica somewhere. So they're bi-coastal, and bi-coastal is not really that good. Ask Kenya Moore and Mark Daly. So in any event, especially being a young couple and having a baby and living bi-coastal is a problem, is a situation. But Kenya was not moving to New York. That was not going to happen because all her business and her money was in Atlanta. And Mark just had the restaurant. So we shall see, but I think that they are going to work it out. I think that Shawn knows that he got an opportunity, and he could be out there liking them big butt, big breasts, big women, and everything. But he knows who brings the bread and the butter, and who butter his bread and make his life easy. Okay, and that's TeeTee. Because imagine if he had to pay for 2 spots. He don't gotta pay for 2 spots because TeeTee comes from money and got money. He okay. So he's living a good life. He's living a good life for real. But in any event, right now TeeTee and Shawn are basically talking about the bachelor party that happened last week, which was terrible, which is the worst thing that you can do when a man has been accused of cheating on TeeTee and he's about to get married to her, and then throw a bachelor party with the strippers. We already know it didn't look good for JoJo when he had his bachelorette party. Every time they have a bachelorette party or a bachelor party on WeTV, it always goes bad because the women do too much, the guys do too much, and then now it becomes a whole saga. But Shawn, he's smart enough to know that I ain't going to risk my marriage, my life, and everything that I got going on some girls that are sitting here dancing. And then on top of that, you guys got cameras. You guys think I'm a fool. You think I'm an idiot. And then on top of that, he wasn't falling from the setup. For the setup. So what's her name? Creed planted, the party, the bachelorette party, and the bachelor party or whatever. So Creed was there, so she planned it. And so Creed and TeeTee did get into it on last episode. And basically TeeTee said, "You came for me, Creed." And Creed said, "No, I didn't come for you like that, but you came for my business." And so in any event, they're still at odds. And Creed decided not to participate with TeeTee's bachelorette party, and she ran over there to the bachelor's party. And then don't you think it's kind of like shady for Creed to be inviting strippers and everything to the party, knowing the whole situation? And were the producers looking for Shawn to do something that was going to be disrespectful, that was going to get TeeTee all up? And then on top of that, if you find out your apps is planning a bachelor party and a bachelorette party, you're going to think a certain type of way. So I think that was shady. So Tanice didn't tell, TeeTee that Cree was planning the party. Like, how come Vanessa and Tanice didn't give TeeTee a heads up? Were they trying to set TeeTee up? TeeTee was all shocked. Briana was shocked too. Briana didn't know what was going on. Briana was like, "Yo, she's, TeeTee's aggravated." And TeeTee was like, "Yo, this is weird that, Creed is here planning this and she's in charge. Like, this don't make no sense." So Vanessa and Tanice didn't even go tell TeeTee what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of shady when TeeTee's supposed to be cool with Vanessa, like, supposed to be really cool with Vanessa. You know what I mean? Angela is acting like she ain't got no parts in it. Angela is MIA. She don't got nothing to do with the situation. She don't know about the situation. She's cool with the situation. Lord have mercy. Like, that's messed up. Like, why they didn't tell TeeTee? I thought in the conversation that TeeTee and Vanessa had with, Cree, that they were going to let TeeTee know that Creed was going to be in charge, but they didn't even tell her. How shady is that? That's mad shady in my opinion. But in any event, it is what it is. So, moving on from that situation, we still got Shawn. Shawn is feeling a certain type of way. And basically, he feels like he needs to have some say in the wedding plan and he want to be involved. He wants to have a say-so or whatever the case may be. You already know how men get when you're having a good time and you planning stuff and you look like you stressed out. You look like you got everything under control. They want to come in and swoop under and tell you what to do and how to do it, when to do it. Now, all of a sudden, he want to be involved. You ain't spending no money on the wedding, are you? Or is it TT's family? Okay, just purchase the ring. That's $30K. Keep it moving. And then she was like, he was like, what about my friends? He's upset that half of his friends are not coming. Like, he's having a problem. He's basically thinking, Tahira is just taking over and she's basically doesn't care about his feeling. The only thing that she cares about is the wedding and how it's going to look and satisfying the guests and all this other stuff. He thinks that it should be very simple. It's too much. And he act like he didn't want no parts in it. He just telling her, go do whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. Don't involve me. Then the next minute he wants to be involved. And the next minute he don't want to be stressed. And then he's calling TeeTee out because it's your fault why we're getting married in like 8 weeks, why we planning this wedding so quick and so fast. This is what you wanted to do. It's all on your demand. So basically he's feeling a certain type of way. He's feeling, he's feeling angry. He's feeling shady. He's feeling like, listen, I matter. So Shawn was like who fault is this? Who fault is this that we getting married? Like, you decided that we're gonna get married so quick and so fast. And so he's feeling a certain type of way. TeeTee is just like, she can't take it, but also she already knows that he's giving her a hard time. And it is what it is, because right now he's seeing that he's feeling like TeeTee is selfish. She's money hungry, and not money hungry, but she wants to spend. She wants to, give this extravagant wedding. Yeah, because she don't want to get married again, and she's getting married to you, and she wanted it to be the best. She want it for people to remember, and plus it's going to be on TV as well. And she has been spoiled her whole life. Her mother is a very rich, wealthy woman, very, very wealthy, something that you don't understand. And also she's been spoiled by her auntie as well, and her other aunties, because what are her aunties want to give her the money, $150,000. But Maureen is like, if you spend $150,000 on this wedding, I won't talk to you anymore, girl. So you got that situation going on. And so Shawn, basically, he's feeling like he's left out. You know what? You are left out. You don't got no money. So it is what it is. So, cry us a river. Okay, what these guys say? I don't know. I think TeeTee has another auntie, but I don't think they're gonna pay that much. Just in their camp. Oh yeah. I think, did Little E tell Sam, or Sam already knew? Because he said he heard from a little birdie. So was that little birdie, Lil Easy E? And plus, you know what? Before we continue to go on, where is this guy at? Okay, so when we talk about Lil Easy, okay, last episode, why is Lazy Bone, won't tell Easy that he's doing a documentary with his sister? You know what I mean? You got Lil Easy pouring his heart out to Lazy Bone, and Lazy Bone's like, yeah, man, beef won't last forever. You guys are family. Beef got to come to an end. It was almost like Lazy Bone was saying, like, yo, you might have beef with me because I'm doing this documentary with your sister, but little Busy Bone, not Busy Bone, I was supposed to go on Busy Bone. Lazy, he has a right to say that he wants to work with all the all of Easy's children, that's fine. But the way that he's playing Easy, and then it just made me feel a certain type of way when Lazy Bone was telling Easy, oh, yo, your father used to come and pick me up in this car. He used to have me sit in the front seat. You know, Easy E will only want to talk to me like he liked talking to me. It just, it just almost felt like, Lazy Bone was throwing it up in Little E's face that he spent more time with, Little Easy's father. And basically the time that, Easy E was with Lazy Bone and Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they was doing all this other stuff. Lil Easy is not far from Lazy Bone's age. What are they, like 7 years apart? I think they're like 7 years apart. They're like 8 years apart. And it was just like, I've never seen Little Easy in that moment where I just feel like Lazy Bone was shitting on Easy when he was talking. Maybe it's just me. I just felt like Lazy Bone was shitting on Easy. And then to come to find out at the end, Lazy Bone didn't even tell him, man, like, yo, I'm doing this documentary with your sister, Blase and the third, because at one point, Easy was trying to do an investigation on how his father died, and then basically he closed the chapter. But I didn't like the way Lazy Bone was like at the gravesite of Easy E, and then talking to Lil Easy like yo, beef don't last forever, and just talking all like, oh man, like he has something in the back burner, like he's doing something shady to this man, and like he's choosing the other side. It's like, not that he's choosing the other side, but it's money on the other side. Oh, this little scene that he's filming with Easy, and then that gets him into the situation. But the Bone Thugs and Harmony, they made their mark in history. But Easy's been holding it down on this show for a long time. He made the show a little gangster, okay? Not Sam. We're talking about Easy making it gangster, okay? And then I just felt a certain type of way. I don't know if y'all feel me. Do y'all feel me? Do y'all think that Lazy Bone was very disrespectful to Lil Easy? I feel like he was disrespectful. I feel like that whole scene was so disrespectful. I was so mad. I was so mad. I felt like, I already told you guys, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. But it was like Easy was sitting there like a little 5-year-old, and this man's trying to talk all gangster, like, yo, listen, I did this. Your father pulled up in this car. We don't give a freak about what kind of car Easy pulled up in. Like, what was the business aspect of it? How did you get money? Did you see the paperwork? Did you see what he did? Like, mention that. You mentioned a car. You mentioned something that really has no value because the car is gone. Like, I just really felt like it was some sucker-ish. I felt like it was sucker. I don't know if it was me or, because, sometimes I be reading too much into things. He just so corny to me, so disrespectful. Okay, Miss Jersey, THC, what's going on? They got too many snitches. Exactly. Okay, I feel you. All right, so because sometimes you guys already know I be doing too much, baby. I am the too much queen over here. But I just really felt that Lazy Bone was so disrespectful. And I felt like, damn, I felt Lazy Bone was shiesty. And that whole interaction with Lil Easy, I felt like he was mad shiesty. I just felt like shiestiness. And I hope that that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So I think the way that Lazy Bone is acting, I told you guys that they called him the, what do you call it? Bitcoin king, because I believe in 2017, 2016, he had a lot of Bitcoin. So the way that he's acting, now I'm thinking that maybe TMZ got it wrong, or maybe that, he sold his Bitcoin or whatever the case, something didn't go right, because he's just acting like he's really thirsty. And then I just really felt like he was disrespectful to E in that whole conversation, and everything was just disrespectful. Like, I'm going to tell you your father memories that you don't have with your father at his gravesite. He came to pick me up in a car. I like that. That's so ignorant. So let me keep moving because this I'll go on a tangent. So now, excuse me. If it wasn't for Lil Easy at this point, he wouldn't be on the show. That's what I feel too, because he's been holding it down. But Lazy been like that all along, name dropping and popping himself up like he was in there with all the greats. See, I didn't really, I told you guys I like, Lazy Bone or whatever. But I just felt that I just felt it was mad shady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there was another big homie there, they should have swung on him, in my opinion. Just the way that he was talking. I believe I believe Easy E, if he could come out that ground, he would have swung on him, in my opinion. Because it was just so shady. So, So where we at? We at this part. So we get to the studio. Sam is talking. Sam is talking the crap that he talks at the studio. You have Boogie. Boogie them finally made an appearance. So Boogie's good out here in these streets. So Boogie hasn't been ran off by Briana Latrise. You know what I'm saying? So he's still on the show. So that's a good situation. And he got a girlfriend. He's dating Blase in the third. And Sam is sitting over here bragging about that. And so many words that he's gonna be going to jail. He want everybody to look out for, Egypt. All of you guys got a job now to make sure she don't stop. Like, oh my God, so disrespectful. Then you have Egypt talking about, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all. These people been in your sight since you've been on the show, Egypt. Since you've been on the show, Sam. You ain't looked to them. It was always a problem. It was always a situation. But we do know Eric White, aka Little Easy, he does work with Sam off and on things or whatever the case may be. And then he's talking about TeeTee and Shawn. Like, Sam, why you gotta bring up TeeTee and Shawn? So he's talking about that bachelorette party. He was like, he was talking about the bachelorette party. He was like, I heard there was a lot of girls there, but you didn't even look, Boogie. And then on top of that, her homeboy wasn't looking either. And it almost seemed like Sam was trying to say that Shawn wasn't looking at no booty because he don't like no booty. That's what it seemed like to me that Sam was trying to insinuate when it came to, the bachelorette party. And then basically, Sam was like, there's too much sausages in there. Like, I thought you liked sausage, Sam. I don't know. But in any event, what's his name? Boogie was like, yeah, it was too much sausages in there, so he didn't like it, because basically it was about 6 guys and 3 girls there. And they were saying that it was a dub, Blase ain't a third. It is what it is. So, when it comes to Sam talking all crazy, it was almost like he was taking a shot at Shawn, and he was like, Shawn is always gonna be tight, because basically they were saying Shawn didn't want to be bothered with the strippers and stuff like that. And Sam's like, oh yeah, he's always gonna be tight. But I'm like, Sam, Shawn addressed you last season. Shawn came to you. He tried to have a conversation with you. He wanted to know what was good, what was popping, what was on, what was hanging. He was tired of the crap. He wanted to sit down and talk to you. And basically you was acting like he's a good guy, he's a great guy, he's a wonderful guy, he never did nothing. But yet now on this episode, you're saying that he's tight, he's always tight. So what you saying? He's tight like what? Like, he's tight like what? He's tight like what? Like, he's trying to say something and not say it, but it's like, clearly, he's always tight. Like, enjoy yourself. So you would have been enjoying yourself too. And that's probably why you got in trouble, because you want to enjoy yourself and have a good time and act like you big Billy bad woo woo. And then boom, bada bing, people are targeting you because you get on Instagram, you act like you this big bad tough guy. You invite people to come see you and come get that head up. So therefore, you don't know who be watching your Instagram live. And now you're sitting out there chilling at Vegas or Nevada or whatever the hell you guys are at, and now you're sitting on a rooftop, you're doing too much, you're drawing attention to yourself, and so therefore you get caught up. And then on top of that, he's going to tell these guys, oh, make sure you look out for Egypt. But before, you didn't want nobody to work with Egypt, or only way that they can work with Egypt if they work with you. Then Egypt sitting there saying, yeah, if he goes to jail, I'll be working with you guys, but I'm going to have him on the phone the whole time. And then Sam started laughing like, oh my God, look how dependent this girl is on me. Like, it's just crazy. Like, for real. And this is why Sam so I'm just like, like he be doing too much. And you guys know I did like Sam. I don't dislike Sam. And the beginning of the video, I told you guys right now, Sam relationship with Egypt mirrors the relationship between her mother Pep and Tretch. Tretch explains their whole relationship on Power 105, The Breakfast Club, because he was trying to basically discredit Egypt's mom, Pep, because she said that he put paws on her. So he started telling the whole situation. He started saying, you know why Pep ain't got no hair? Because all she does is perm her hair and her hair always fell out. You know, he was talking mad crazy. He was oh my God. Tretch got up there, baby, and act a fool. I did do a video on it, so you can go to my main channel and check it out, baby. But please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and it'd be greatly appreciated. So I just felt like it's disrespectful that Sam said, well, you guys got a job now. Like basically saying that Egypt is his babysitting job. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys got a job. She goes, I dislike Sam. I don't dislike him. You know, I just, you know, I can just see things in people. It takes a lot for me to dislike you. And now if you look at everything, Sam is Pep. Sam is Pep. This is why Pep and Sam get along so well. This is why Sam is able to come in this house and do everything, because he is her. They have the same type of mechanics going on. You know what I mean? But the way that he just do her off like, oh, you guys gonna have a job. Like, what? Before you didn't want nobody to work with her. And okay, so you making all this money on fans OnlyFans, you're making this money here and there, Fox and a celebrity boxing, UFC. You don't got nobody signed up and play. What happened to Egypt doing something better for this record label? What happened to nobody's working with Egypt? Sam, this is why Sam feels the way that he feels, because her parents have abandoned her when it comes to her talent. I don't think they believe in her. They don't believe in her. Like, do more for her. Like, you guys. It's like, yo, like nobody, like Pep, you can get all this work done, but you can't get somebody to, you know, manage your daughter. And then Tretch, you don't know nobody can manage your daughter. What about somebody just coming up? Like, it's just like, yo, this girl, ain't nobody approached this girl. Like, ain't nobody said nothing to this girl. And they was like, oh, she's from hip-hop royalty. Hip-hop royalty ain't doing ish. But they got her on this show, so I guess that counts. I guess that counts. What you say, Major? Major. Major, why you say that? I can't with you. That's what she said. No, you just be drinking. I can't with y'all. I can't. And so, these guys, make sure you go check out Norris Tony, check out his YouTube channel, and check out his latest video. That would be good and greatly appreciated. So in any event, so like I be talking so much shit about these people that this review be taking so long. So let me just try to move. So anyways, he was definitely disrespectful when he basically tried to pawn Egypt off on them. You know what I mean? Knowing that he don't believe that they're going to work with her. And if they really wanted to work with her, you had blocked them and stopped them. Lil Easy was going around trying to get Egypt to work with other people. But in any event, they failed Egypt. I don't care. They failed her. And he's just bragging about it. It's like, oh, he's just this top gun. He's just this top goon. And he's about to go to jail like it's nothing or whatever the case may be. And also in the last episode, he was at the beach and she was like, I love you. I want to spend every waking moment with you. I don't want you to go. And he was like, I can't. And Sam said on the beach to Egypt, oh, I don't want to think about, I can't think about that. I got to think about going to jail. I got to think about this. It's like always about him. It's always about him. You got yourself in this situation. How do you get so wasted that you get on top of the roof that security got to come? And so now you're saying that they said, oh, are you Sam from growing up hip hop, or you this, you that, you blah, blah, blah. That could be a possibility. That could be true. They could have basically target him and be like, oh, you think you're tough, and oh, you are into, you know, trans women, blah, and that could possibly happen. But at the same time, you be out here threatening people to come at you. You be on Instagram, you know, you don't do it as much. You don't do it as much as you used to do. But for like 3 years straight, you've been inviting people from New York, from California, from LA, from Vegas to pull up. You got this, you this and that, and all this other stuff, talking all types of mess. Like, I'll do this to you, and now look at you. I guess you couldn't beat them all up. So in any event, you got that situation, and so he's making fun of the party. Sam looks weird, really, right here. He looks mad weird. What's going on, Sam? You don't look right here. Something looks really off. So, and so he got married to her. Like, like for real, yes, sir. They done got married. But Egypt ain't going nowhere. Egypt's in love. And this is how she feels about this guy. She's accepting him for who he is and what he is. And also, he's never had anybody in his life accept him for who he is and what he is. So therefore, he feels indebted to, Pep and also Egypt. But at the same time, he has his vices and he's going to use his vices. And at the same time, he's manipulative too as well. But at the same time, ain't nobody showed him love like Egypt and Pep have showed him love. Unconditional love. Never kicked him out. Never thrown him away. Never abandoned him. No matter how much he has done, they stay supporting him, and then you got Egypt, maybe her career could have been somewhere. Maybe she could have been on this show doing a whole lot more than going back and forth with her cousin TeeTee and then this man Sam, and he can't do it for you, baby. He can't make it happen. He can't get the music that he makes for you, the writing that he does for you, the producing that he does for you. I'm not gonna lie. The shit sounds good. When I listen to it on Instagram, these guys are playing it, but I don't know. I guess everybody else ain't listening to it. And you don't have a rollout. You don't have people to promote it. But he has, over these years, he's did all these things. Nothing. Egypt is in the same position that she started from. So how good is this man? How good is anything that he's doing? What, he's babysitting you? You need a babysitter? That's what it is? Oh, for him to, like, you can find anybody. Maybe if you find some strangers and somebody new and just record something and then bring it to a label, do something. She did record a song. I forgot it was in the last episode. That was a nice song, but it's not hitting on things. It's not gravitating people. You don't have the promotion behind you. And I don't know where your mama and your father's at, or people that is connected. What you got? Lazy Bone at your wedding. I would say Lazy Bone could do something for you, but baby, he's mad shady. But at this point, what are they doing? What is Egypt and Sam doing at this point? Ain't no music popped off. Ain't nothing even hit the top 10. There's no new prospects. There's no label. There's no production. There's no distributing. You need a distributing company. Where is the distributing company? Like, where are the people that's supposed to be helping her? There's nobody. So, of course, they were going to not succeed if no one's there. And basically, hey, what's up, Ralph? How you doing? So no one is going to say, oh, Egypt has been looking. Did you see her wedding picture? Come on. You can't really see it in this picture. I got to show the other picture. The other picture, this girl looked like she wet her hair, brushed it back, and just let it dry and just get dry and dry where it turns into like aluminum foil, and then put bobby pins in it, and then put a hairpin on it. This picture, they did a lot of artwork with it. I got to get the other picture, but it's just really a shame. Her hair will look nice like this. You should see her hair at the wedding. I gotta find the other picture. It's somewhere. And like, she's living that lifestyle. She's living a lifestyle that she used to live. I mean, that her mother used to live. And yes, they do drink, they do smoke, and blase the third. She just seems so tired. She just seems like she's in another world. When you see her on Instagram, it's like she can barely communicate with people. She's been so tied up with defending this man since they've been together and having this relationship and dealing with this show, and then also getting paid off the show as well, that, I don't even know if she even wants a music career. I don't know if she wants to sing. I don't know if she even believes in it, because damn, it don't seem like her father believes in it. It don't seem like her mother believes in it. It don't seem like anybody on the show believes in her. Nobody people that had labels on this show, unless they have fake labels, they never approached her. So I don't know. Does she got it or does she don't got it? Because, it's just a mess. And then she done married this man. So, and people don't like him. They don't like, the labels don't like him. He got kicked out of a label when he first came to move and live with you in your mama's house. They don't mess with him. And, she believes in love. Love is everything. And that's just what it's going to be. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. But she tells, Boogie that she loves Sam. She can't believe that he's facing these charges. He might be going away with the 4 felonies. She don't know what to do, but she wants to have his baby. She wanted to have his baby at least around 27. She's not going to have babies with anybody but Sam. And, she loves him. So I understand what she's saying. And, that's just going to be the situation. And Boogie is just like, man, I should have been around. Boogie, where you been? Boogie, where you been? What you been up to? Now you got a new girl on the show. I think her name is AD. Boogie haven't been around. Boogie done, squeezed his way in. Sam is kind of like poking fun at Boogie like he wasn't looking at the girls. Boogie was like, there was only 3 strippers there. So Sam is trying to call people out. And basically the things that Sam said that he don't like people doing about sexuality, it seems like Sam is trying to call out Boogie's sexuality and also Shawn's sexuality about the bachelorette party and the bachelor party, or whatever the case may be. But right now, when it comes to Egypt, she's crying a river to Boogie. And Boogie just want to say that man ain't no good. Basically, it's a situation. Boogie looking at her like, bless your heart. He is. Hey, Murphy, how you doing? She's really pretty. Every single she has been dealing with Sam. She always looks so tired. She's exhausted. And plus, she got to work. Someone needs to tell Egypt her hair is a no. Her life is a no right now. She got the money. You know what I mean? Like, she got the money and things of that nature. But how far does she want to go? She wanted to get into acting. She wanted to be in the Salt and Pepper movie. She wanted to do that, but she said there was discrimination. That could possibly be. But at the same time, it just seems like she's so caught up into this man that as his career. Now she's doing UFC. So are you a singer? Are you a rapper? Now you are MA. You fight for the UFC. It's just like whatever he tells her to do, whatever he's doing, she wants to do it. And maybe she doesn't believe in herself in the music because it doesn't seem like her mother or her father believe in her. Like it don't seem like they're really trying at all. It just seems like, they're not like Michael Jackson's father. They're not like Joe Jackson. They're not like Serena and Venus's father. You know what I mean? They're not like them. Like, you know what I mean? They're just like, oh, we're gonna throw you to this dude that we don't know who he is, and we're gonna have him working with you. But in any event, Sequoia seems like she is getting along with Egypt and Sam, and you have Casey's son, Devin, or whatever his name is, he's there. Sequoia's there. Sequoia mom is there. They're having a good time. And also Lazy Bone is there too as well. And, they're kicking it. So Lazy Bone's there. He was like, oh, let me kick a little word to you, G. What word did you kick to him? You know what? Tonight, I'm not liking you, Lazy Bone. This is the first time in my life I don't like somebody. I'm not feeling a Bone Thug and Harmony member, but it just seemed like he was just so shady to Easy. It was like he was rubbing in his face, and it just looked like he just looks like he just feels like he gives me the creeps. Why did this dude give me the creeps? And I grew up listening to him. It's like he give me the creeps. It's just like, it just seems like he's so fake. It just seems like he's so fake. Oh, he was like, oh, I'm gonna give you a word of advice. And then here comes, what's his name, Sam. Oh, yeah, let me chop it up with you. Yeah, I'm here to look for some advice. Sam is sitting there like, yeah, I'm looking for some advice. I'm looking for some advice from you. Like, Sam, you know what, Sam? If you don't shut up and shut up and shut up and shut up, because everybody been trying to give you advice. You ain't listen to nobody, not nan person. Not nan person. You ain't listen to Tret. You ain't listen to Pep. You ain't listen to the girl on the screen with you. You ain't listen to your wife. You ain't listen to nobody that sat down and tried to talk to you, and all of a sudden you want to listen to Lazy Bone. Lazy Bone gonna tell me something. No, you know what Lazy Bone did? Lazy Bone talked about his story. I got poked in the head. I don't want to say what he said he got hit in the head here and buried so many people. He done said the same story when he was talking to Stevie J. So basically, he's really about that money. And That's it. Like, to me, I don't think he gives a F about anybody, especially Lil Easy E's son. The way he was acting, the way he was talking. I feel this way today. I feel this way tonight. The way that he was talking to him on last episode. Now he's like, oh, let me chop it up with you. Let me give you some information. Okay, all right. Acting like he got the sole answers. Like, oh, how are you gonna get out? Are you telling? Did you recommend a lawyer? Oh, you need to stop drinking. I'll say he told him he needs to stop drinking. Is Sam gonna stop drinking? No. Is Sam gonna listen to him? No. Oh, you need to stop drinking because it dehydrates your body. And if you wasn't drinking, you wouldn't have been in that type of situation, this and that. And if this was a real OG, if what's his name? Lazy Bone was a real OG, the last thing he would do is tell this man to talk about his case. We seen it with Tasha K. We seen it with so many people. When you talk about your case that you have going on, maybe the case has already been settled or whatever, you never talk about the case on TV. And he should know better. You never talk about no police stuff. You never talk about no court case unless you know that you guilty, you going down, or you trying to get some money on your books, or you trying to get somebody to give you some money. But if the case is still going on, you haven't had a trial yet, the last thing you need to do is be giving information, because all you're doing is giving information to the court. It says you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So therefore, Sam talking about this case could totally hurt him, but I don't think it is, because I think that they, did what they did to him and they're gonna walk away. But Sam talking about, yeah, I got too intoxicated. So now Sam is saying that he was too intoxicated, and number one, that means he was a problem, he was a vagrant, and also public intoxication. And then on top of that, they could say that he was aggressive and all this other stuff, and they had to do this to him, that to him, blase and a third. Sam is saying it's a hate crime and all these other things. And then Sam said he pulled out something, and all that happening under the influence, you know what I mean? That's you being under influence. If you of color, is not going to get you off. So therefore, he's given all these descriptions here and there. So this is why I feel like the case is over. Like, it may have already been dismissed, because who in their right mind, why would Egypt be talking about the case? Because she talked about the case previously with her father and her stepmother. Now you got Sam talking about he went on a roof. He don't even know why he was on a roof. So basically you was out of control and you had a weapon on you. You know what I mean? Like, judges like to make an example out of people like that. Now, if your name was Timothy, or if your name was, Brandon, or if it was Thomas, or if it was Bill or David, and you came from prestigious wealth, you would probably get a slap on the wrist. But you have a record. And then on top of that, you have an attitude. And then people can just go back to your Instagram videos and you inviting people to say, what's up? I got you. I'm going to do this to you. So it just makes no sense that this OG will be talking about a criminal case with Sam on TV with them recording. That's not OG material to me. Only thing he should say is keep your head up, stop drinking, and you know what, I'm going to holler at you later, or say, something else. But you don't go into the case. If I was the prosecution, if I was the DA, I would be like, this guy knew what he was doing and he was intoxicated. And then he called his girlfriend over and Egypt came. Why would you call Egypt? Because you're intoxicated. So you was a loony bin. So all these things that you say that these people said and did to you, they're going to say he's lying, Your Honor, because he was intoxicated. He don't know what was going on. And then they might even say, oh my God, look, he brought 18 drinks. He had 18 shots and he had them in other people's names. And then on top of that, he had the vape on him as well. Like, why is OG over here talking to you about your case? I would never do that to anybody. What's his name? Wavy. I can't think of his name. Wavy from New York. Let me see if I can find it. Wavy. It's a mess. Let me see. See if I can find it with. I can't think of his name. He was talking about his case with his lawyer, and he ended up getting like 89 years. And I think he's from Harlem. Can't think of his name right now. I think he's Max B. It took me forever. I could not think of Max B's name. So Max B was out here on, YouTube, and he was on these videos with his lawyers and everything. They're talking about the case, and this guy got like 99 years. You never do that. Like, I don't know why people don't pay attention to what has happened in the past, because the last thing you do is ever talk about your case publicly, because people can poke holes in your situation and make it look even worse, like you were liable for everything, and then on top of that sue you at the same time after you get your criminal charges filed against you. Now you got to go to civil court as well, and then they can bring your girlfriend, your wife now into the situation. So I don't know if the case is really real like that, because why would Egypt marry him? But we already know she got some screws loose. So did Egypt marry Sam before his court case so she can't testify against him? Is Sam not brazen? He married Egypt because at last episode, he didn't want to get married. Last episode, he didn't want to get married. He couldn't think about marriage. He couldn't think about none of that. The only thing he can think about was facing time. He can't think about loving her. He can't think about a relationship. He can't think about being together with her. He can't think about anything but, going to jail and facing his reality. That's what he said on the beach when she didn't know the difference between a seagull and a pelican bird, which was really embarrassing. So this is what I'm saying. These are the things that Egypt does that make us think that, she's development delayed or whatever the case may be, or he's really able to take advantage of her. But we don't see Egypt when the cameras are off. She may be very dominant because her mother is, but we shall see. But in any event, did Sam marry Egypt so she wouldn't testify against him? And Briana, who likes Sam, not the Briana that's on the show. I know. I don't know who's the other Briana. Briana like Sam. Which Briana? So you're not talking about Briana Latrise. I don't know what's the other Briana is. I don't know who the other Briana is right now. So in any event, so now they go to these dance lessons, Blase the third, and everything is cool. You already see. Let's check this out. So we're gonna talk about this situation because it is what it is. It's not my fault. Mariah keeps coming on TV looking like this. So it is what it is. Okay, so why do everybody look like they're clean? Why do everybody look fresh? Why do everybody look like their clothes has been washed and dried? You got the teacher. She got on these big, thick, old red heels and salsa. I can dance salsa too. Can dance salsa very well. She got a nice little shirt on. She got at least her hair, she need a little bit of oil at the end. You got Boogie. Boogie got this, he probably got the Yeezys on. He's looking good. He's dressed cut. His day AD. She got her nice long jacket, a little pocketbook, a little boobie showing, a little breast, baby. Black pants. She got on like some black heels. She got her pocketbook there. And boom, bada bing, we go to Eazy-E's wife. Look what she got on. She looks like she's Madonna, from 1985. I'm a material girl. She got on these tight shorts right here. And then she got on these white socks. We're like, baby, we are not in 1985, baby. This is not 1996. What do you got on? And she got this on. The shirt looked like the t-shirt she got on looked like she didn't have that t-shirt for 20 decades, and it just got stretched out, washed and dried. The collar around the shirt is all loose. She got this fake ponytail, one hair to the side and the other hair stuffed in under. Like, she keeps coming on TV like this, and what am I supposed to do? Not talk about it? And then we got Easy. Look at her husband. He got a clean orange shirt on. Clean. He got a wife beater on. He got another shirt under. The shirt looks brand new. It's popping. The shirt is sticking out. Then he got on these nice sneakers. His sneakers are matching his orange shirt. His pants are clean. Everything that he got on a fresh outfit. Unless he took it to the dry cleaners, and I don't believe he took it to the dry cleaners. I think this is a fresh outfit. Boogie's outfit looks like he came from the dry cleaners, but his outfit is fresh. But why is his wife looking like that? Why every time we see his wife, she looks a mess when he done made millions of dollars from the dispensary? Look at Boogie's date. Look at Boogie's date. Look at her. Hair done. One nice little necklace, Blossom the third, and everything. So I don't know what's going on with Aaliyah, Lil Easy's wife. It is what it is. She always come on TV looking like this. What you want me to do? So in any event, let's get down to this situation. So at one point in time, you remember Boogie was out here in these streets. And Boogie said that he went to a club and he ended up bringing 3 women home. And then another woman knocked at his door and they ended up getting into an altercation. It was having like this crazy type of life going on where Boogie was getting all these women. Now, if these women look like this girl that Boogie was getting, there's no way he ever wanted to get with Briana Latrise. You know what I mean? Savannah, she's very pretty, but there's a whole difference in the behavior, the mannerism, the niceness, the ladylikeness, not being tough, not being bougie, not being, very aggressive, and basically, dissing. She was, Savannah was just dissing Boogie when he was trying to hook up with her. But if Boogie are getting girls that look like this, Boogie was talking about he conquered a lot of girls. And then it was rumored that Briana Latrise liked it Boogie. But Briana said the only reason why she pretended like she liked Boogie is because they were trying to make him look like a whole drug addict one season. That's what she said. But a lot of people didn't believe her on that. But if Boogie is getting women that look like her, act like her, behave like her, there's no way, he wants to get with Briana or he wants to get with Savannah. Because these women are so quiet and so meek. They're very ladylike. They're very feminine. Like, they don't have testosterone. They're not trying to be men. Or this young lady didn't have to be a man. You know what I mean? Growing up. Like, she had a brothers and a father and stuff like that. Briana Latrise has a brother. I mean, she has a father and stuff like that. But sometimes they're not always in your life. But if Boogie is getting women like this, he don't want none of them. For real. But she could be a paid actress. At the same time. Because remember when Boogie was bragging about the girls that he's dating and things of that nature? Lord have mercy. Y'all used to be so unofficial. I don't know what you're saying. Unofficial. Bitches on TV looking a wreck. We're going to talk about her. That's just going to be the situation. And then Boogie brings a beautiful girl on TV when we see him, we see the Briana situation and stuff like that. And then now this girl, she looks like Boogie and AD look good together. Like she doesn't have, it doesn't seem like she's like that type of person. Hey, Rashida, what's going on? How you doing? What's going on? I always thought Boogie was gay. Well, Sam tried to call him out in this episode. Like, why was you looking at the girl strippers? And Boogie was like, well, it was a sausage fest. So Sam is throwing hints. So you ain't the only one that feels that way. I don't know. I don't know. Boogie's just weird. Boogie's that just mad weird. And he grew up very differently. And his father's Damon Dash. And his father wanted him to be like a soldier, a street soldier, be all this tough guyness. When he grew up in the suburbs, he grew up like Boogie. I don't know if you guys watched that show, Euphoria. Boogie's like Euphoria. And so is Briana. Like, they're on a whole different. Okay, so here we go. It's a better picture. Look at Easy. Easy is clean. That's a brand new shirt. He might have went to the gas station or he might have went to the mall, but that's a brand new shirt and brand new jeans he got on. Look what his wife got on. Look at everybody that's there and look at and look at his wife. Come on. Like, we're not gonna say nothing. I don't remember who his girlfriend was, but if Boogie is dating women that look like AD, there's no way he wants the girls on the show. Like, he probably was like, oh, yo, you playing me like that? You playing, but Boogie's weird. He's weird. He's like a teddy bear. He's like, if you watch that movie Euphoria, you'll know that Boogie is just mad different. Like, there's a whole different generation of people that are very different from where of kids and younger people that have very different experience that don't even understand what it is to be solid. And that's why his father don't like him so much. And then we be like, oh, you doing drugs? That's bad. And this generation, what you got? And so, now we have JoJo. JoJo is feeling a certain type of way because, Tanice didn't show up. Tanice didn't come. He's feeling abandoned. He's feeling like, I got a wife and she's going to stand me up. He's making a big deal out of it. If anything, he can do the salsa by himself, learn the salsa dancing, and then come and show his wife Tanice. She just had a baby. The baby's only 2 months old. She just had the baby 2 months ago. And now you want her to be out here salsa dancing. She's scared to be around. She's scared to be out. She's feeling a little bit nervous. And it's just like, she gave you the baby. You begged for this baby. She gave you the baby, and then you're not satisfied. You want her to do this. You want her to do that. You want her, but Tanice, she could have went to the store and got him some medicine. But then JoJo got up and got his own medicine. You know what I mean? Like, and then I was like, how come they don't have DoorDash or Uber Eats or Postmates? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And he said that, I guess where they live at, it takes 5 hours, 6 hours for medication to be delivered because, usually these places have their own stores. But in any event, he's whining and he's complaining, but you're always working. You're always out at the studio. You're out to 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, you are paying the bills. I don't know what Tanice does for a living. I don't think she works. I think she's a homemaker. But at the same time, you out here partying, not partying, but you're doing music. You're working late. You're doing the things that you want to do. But at the same time, she's stuck with the kids all day. And then now you get sick. She got to take care of you at the same time. It's not easy loading up a baby, getting the baby dressed, covering the baby up, hoping that your baby don't get sick. And then if the car seat is not already installed in the car, it's forever to do the car seat and put it in, and then take the car seat out, take the baby in the store. I don't know where the other baby was at. Maybe the other baby's somewhere else, but if she got to take 2 babies at the store at the same time, it's more easier if you get up and you go to the store yourself. And that way she keeps herself safe. She keeps herself contained because you're not feeling good. So he getting up, going to the store for himself. But I would have went to the store for my husband. It ain't nothing like, grabbing the kids up real quick, boom, bada bing, throw them in a car. But everybody ain't like that. You know what I mean? We come from different generations. There's people that get on a bus with 5 kids and got to go grocery shopping and then jump into the Uber. You know what I mean? But they got to load the kids up, load the stroller up. Some people don't got credit cards. Some people don't have, things to use Uber, to use, Lyft and things of that nature. So they got to do it the old school way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have credit like that or whatever. But so in any event, and they ain't built like mothers used to work up until 9 months. 9 months. Used to work up until 8 months. Working at a job when they didn't have all these rules and regulations where your maternity leave, they didn't even care. They would still have you working somewhere. You know what I mean? JoJo is a joke. JoJo can you stand on your own? No, he cannot. Maybe he's just soft. You guys, Wanda, what's going on? Sam is more weird than Boogie. So he's mad because she wouldn't go to the store. But at the same time, listen, you got to understand, if a man's paying for everything and he's taking care of everything, he expect you to jump when he say jump. And basically, Tanice is like, I'm not jumping. You wanted this second kid when you knew how difficult it was. I gave it to you. You're going to have to go to the store and get your own medicine. And I don't understand why they don't got no herbs in the house. She's making him green tea. Like, y'all don't got no real herbs, no real tea in the house. And then she's putting sugar in the tea. You're not supposed to put sugar in any type of drink that you are making for somebody that's sick. Sugar does worse to you. Like, why does Tanice not know this? Like, why are we watching this? Like, so it's just like watching, And then I don't have no real tea, green tea. Like, I thought she was going to say all types of different stuff, all types of tea. Angela's hip to it, but, she's not, or whatever the case is. And why ain't you got medicine up in the house? You know what I mean? Why ain't things stored up in the house? And then she don't want to go out because she don't got clothes. Does JoJo not got money to buy you clothes? Or do you not want to buy clothes because you think you're going to lose the weight, or you think you're too big to go shopping? Because her biggest excuse, I don't look good in my clothes. I don't fit my clothes no more. So y'all don't got no money to buy clothes, or you don't want to spend the money to buy clothes. I don't know. Like, they just making this shit look just bad. I don't know. You got, Eric's wife looking a mess. Murphy, Eric's wife look manly and dirty on every scene. At least I don't be trying to, she just be popping off. It's just like she be, dang. I made some medicine. Girl, I don't know. She did that. She didn't give him no medicine. He was like, could you go give me some medicine? He was like, I'll watch the baby. And she was like, no. Oh, I ain't never said that to nobody in my life. I ain't never said that to my friend. I ain't never said that to my loved ones. If you sick, I'm gonna make all types of tea. Number one, I'm gonna be putting all types of tea together and everything to make you feel better. Then number two, I'm gonna go get some medicine. But maybe it's just too difficult. Maybe she ain't feeling him like that. Maybe she feels like, yo, I don't want to take care of you. I've been taking care of the baby all day. I'm tired. And how are you so tired? She's just tired all the time. She's just tired. It seems like she may be depressed as well. So you already know. So maybe she's depressed because last time she had her baby, she had postpartum depression. So that could be the situation. But she would not get up and go to the store. She said, I'm gonna go to the store, but she was just like mean with it. And he was like, come on, go to the store. I'm sick. I can't. She was like, you sure you can't get up and go to the store? And he got up and went to the store. He looked like a cussy getting up going to the store, but he did go to the store. He looked like a cussy. He had buckshot sole in his head. His pants was hanging down. His shoes was halfway off his feet. He looked like he weighed 101 pounds soaking wet. He had a tight white tee on and his pants. But Tanice, and every scene, hold on. Tanice is like, she's tired. So JoJo is pissed. I was like, oh shit, she really didn't go get him medicine. It ain't funny, but it is. He must have pissed her off. Or, she don't know the protocol, because baby, if I'm paying all the bills, you better jump, motherfucker, jump. So mean. I'm serious. You better jump. If I'm taking care of everything and you just sitting pretty, but she's not sitting pretty because she don't got clothes to wear. Why don't she got no clothes? This woman ain't got no clothes. But to me, it's more mental. I'm making fun of it or whatever of the situation, but I think it's more mental than anything. She's probably tired of him too. I can see her being tired of him. Where's she at? Hold on. Where is it? Let me see if I can. Here we go. I think I skipped over. Oh, no, that's not the one. But this is her in the house. Well, hold on. I don't know if I got a caption of her face, cause she's sitting up in that house talking about I'm tired, but she got a face full of makeup, her hair laid, makeup laid, everything laid, but she can't go to the store. I was like, Lord, hold on, where is she? Let's see if I got it. Nope. Not here, but she's sitting there having that conversation with him, laid to the gods, makeup laid to the gods, hair laid to the gods, and everything, all dressed up in the whole nine. And then you got the car seat. Right there. Oh, the stroller. He was like, you could just push the baby. JoJo looks like he's out of it. She gave him a cup of green tea and she put sugar in it. And what kind of green tea? Did you give him the cheap green tea or whatever? Like, it was like just way too much going on. But in any event, it is what it is. So JoJo's upset. He's complaining. He's mad about the whole situation, but he gonna have to stay mad because Tanice ain't getting up. It looks like Tanice is having some issues. And then we move on to TeeTee. She's having her situation, and basically the wedding is $150,000, and Maureen is not trying to pay that at all, point blank, period. She's not hearing that at all. So she's gonna have to find a different wedding planner. And so now the family goes to the hotel or the location where they're having the wedding. And Shawn doesn't like the background of this. He doesn't like this. He wants to get married on the beach. And he's basically saying that there's sun in his eyes. He can see the sun in his eyes. So he was like, so when the sun sets at like 4:30, so that means the sun is gonna be all in our guests' eyes. They can't see us. And TeeTee was like, well, the sun is gonna be in their eyes, Shawn. The sun is not gonna be in our eyes. I was like, Lord, TeeTee, you are a mess. TeeTee is a mess. TeeTee is a mess. She was like, and yo, he was like, nah, he wasn't trying to hear it. She was just like, we can't control the sun. We can't predict when the sun's gonna be. He was like, yes, we can. Like, yes, you can, TeeTee. And so he's not feeling it at all. And basically, she's telling him not to be rude. And he says to her, you are always rude. It's like Shawn has been calling out TeeTee on being selfish, of being, gluttony. And basically putting everybody else first than him and not worrying about him and then spending the money. And basically he's calling her out. He keeps saying, I just want to have a small wedding, blah, and third. TeeTee said that she wanted to get married from the Justice of Peace with the Justice of Peace, and he said no. And so now she's like, he's going to regret it. But basically he was letting this wedding planner or this venue know that, okay, the sun's in my eyes. And that's a big deal too for him to pick that out. And he doesn't want it there at all. The place looks a little, it's not dressed up, but the place looks like, I don't know how safe that they think they're going to be here when it comes to any health issues, but And so now they have a table, and it's going to be 8 people at a table, and they're talking about social distancing and things of that nature. And there's not enough room. She said, no, it's small, it's intimate. It's going to be like that. Everybody's going to have their shot. They're going to have this, they're going to have that, blah, blah, blah. And it is what it is. And then she was like, Tyran, he's coming, but he hasn't got his, what. And then Auntie says, I don't care. He ain't coming. Grandma is coming. Okay. And he don't need to be here. He can go over there and be with his mother on the other side. Now, this is it. I would tell him myself that Tyran cannot come. He can go over there with his mama, and that's done. Finito. Boom, bada bing. They ain't coming. I was like, woo! Like, for real. So Auntie over here is not playing, and she's not feeling pep. She's not feeling Egypt. She's not feeling, none of them at all. And it seems like Egypt and Sam did not get an invitation to the wedding. But right now it's too early to really determine if TeeTee's going to actually invite them. So now we get JoJo and Tanice. They're going back and forth. Once again, her face is beat to the gauze with her makeup and everything. But her one complaint is she has nothing to wear. She doesn't look good in nothing. And it's like he doesn't understand it. But he's like, how can I help? Well, she's been trying to tell you that she wants to do more things. She wants to get out here. She wants to make money and blase in the third. And she keeps saying her clothes don't fit. So that means if her clothes don't fit, she could go out and buy clothes, but maybe she don't want to go buy clothes, or maybe there's no money for her to go buy clothes. JoJo said, then once you get clothes, then like you can buy clothes in the meantime. Maybe she don't want to buy the clothes because she don't want to remain this big, but she's going to lose the weight, and she's upset because he doesn't see it her way that, hey, listen, I ditched you. I didn't come. I didn't want to come. I didn't have nothing to wear. Like, girl, you wouldn't look bad. Did you see what Aaliyah had on? Did you see what Lil Easy wife had on? You would have been all right. But baby, her hair is laid right now. Her makeup is laid, but she ain't gonna be, caught dead. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to go. And I think also she's very, thinking about the kids, and she don't want to expose herself to a whole lot. But at the same time, she could be having some issues as well because she just gave birth. And that's something that she's most likely going to have to deal with. But it also seems like there might be some problems going on where now she may have been so nice and so sweet to JoJo. JoJo's kind of like, he's a little bit too much to deal with, too hyper, too much energy, and he's too saucy sometimes and act too much like he is this and that. But overall, JoJo has been a good guy. Once he got his life straight, he got with TeeTee and Tanice. and it's been good, but maybe Tanice is not feeling him no more. Or maybe Tanice is she's having her moment right now. And little Easy E told him to keep his mouth closed. Like, JoJo ain't gonna never keep his mouth closed and let it ride. Just let the situation ride. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to ride, but at the same time, she could be calling out for help. She could be looking for help. JoJo wife wanted to stay in bed. She keeps saying she's tired. I guess she's running around with them kids. She's in a house all day. She's tired, cooking and cleaning after the kids and blase the third. And she's in a house. Like, you get bored with life. You know what I mean? You get bored. And plus, it's not a huge living space too as well. And then you have the pandemic going on and being safe with the kids. It's a whole lot of going on. But I think that, she's punking him. Like, I guess she realized that she can punk him. And she's punking him. That's what she's doing. And he can't do nothing about it because he never does anything about it when people punks him. And so, that's just what it is, in my opinion. And then we got the situation with Briana and the cops being called. We already talked about that situation with Briana. Cops coming to the house, and it's really a sad situation. She had a weapon because she didn't know who it was at the door. And then, excuse me, she opened up the door. Cops seen the kitchen knife, and boom, bada bing, arrested her. And two ladies that came to her house that's supposed to be, she was beefing with, I was supposed to be the opposition, came to her house. Allegedly, they said that she had a knife. Briana said that she didn't show them the knife. She said the cops seen it. So when the cops came on scene, they was already aggressive towards Briana Latrise, and I would have never opened the door. She didn't touch them girls. She didn't hit them girls that came to her house. She should have never opened the door. But and they would have to kick it down, and then they would have to. Then I would sue the city. I have no reason to be there. I got knives in my drawer. I can have whatever I want in my house. So you have that situation going on. You don't have to open the door unless they show you a warrant. And who's in immediate danger? Why are these people even calling the police? You know what I mean? The ladies that was outside of Briana's house said they called the police because they seen a weapon. Allegedly, the ladies was there to get the keys to the car that was in the garage that allegedly might belong to them because they was, Briana was allegedly paying the payments on the car and the insurance. Something went south and they wanted the car back. That's what I heard. And then the other story was these girls had beef with her and they showed up to our house. Tanice baby looks mixed. So funny. But so that's the situation with Briana Latrise. And so it doesn't say her charges or what she's facing. Hopefully, I know the situation got to be traumatic. It's something that's going to be used on TV. But I also have heard from Briana and on her Instagram live that she's not too happy with growing up hip hop. And she's also said that they are over budget because they're paying people that shouldn't be there, that is not giving to the show. One person who can you think of on this show that they're paying that shouldn't be there? You guys tell me who's not giving much. I tell you who's not. Stevie J's not giving much. Savannah, she's giving much. She's actually built an audience to hate her. So, she's giving much. Stevie J's not giving much. His son's not giving much. Cree, she's giving much. Who else? Little E, he's giving a whole lot. He put his life on the line for Sequoia. Sequoia has been giving something, but has been with the other girls. So we're going to have to see more from you, Sequoia. Vanessa, she's the Simmons show, really, but she's not really giving much. Who else? Is Twist giving much this season? He did have a party. The altercation did take place at his party, so he's giving a little bit. And TeeTee and her husband, she's a staple on the show. So, keep TeeTee. But also when it comes to Bone Thugs, what is he giving us? Where's your wife? Where's your kids? Where's the rest of the members? What's going on? And then when it comes to Cree's father, we don't really see Luke on the show, but she's giving us a little bit. She's giving us some drama. and she's about that life. So okay, fine, but your father gotta go. Some of these people gotta go because they're over. She's, basically Brianna's saying that, they're over budget over there on growing up hip hop. And it's because they're paying for these people to be on the show and give something. And some of these people are not giving anything. Angela gives 0, but it's her show. Angela definitely gives 0. She gives beyond 0. She gives beyond 0. -0. Sam and Egypt are the talk of the town, so they gotta stay. Sam and Egypt, their train wreck and everything they got going on gotta stay. Tanice, she's giving drama with her husband. So now we have at least I'm gonna say this about Lil Easy. He's always helping somebody. He's always in somebody's business, blase the third. And you know what I mean? He's been working his way up because at first he was just introduced as a friend of the show. Now he's like one of the main characters, and people called on him Little Romeo, Master P, Angela, Vanessa. But one thing I will say, him and his wife don't have these problems, right? They have worked it out in their life, but they've been married for a long time. They've been married for a very, very long time. And we see him contempt, and we also see his wife is very contempt too as well. And that's a beautiful thing. And yes, I know I do talk about his wife, Aaliyah, because she comes on TV looking like, hell. And it's just, and he be looking clean. Like right now, you see him looking clean. He's always clean. He always takes care of himself. He always looks good. And she always coming out like she just left the track, like she just left the back alley. You know what I mean? But in any event, the way he treats her and respects her on the show, but he does always talks about big booties. He like big booties. But they don't have any issues or no problems. You don't see them fighting. You don't see them arguing. You don't see them disrespecting each other or anything like that. Like they haven't even had a bad disagreement on the show. He tries to protect her and she tries to move him out the way. So, what's her name? Savannah can get at Sequoia. And Savannah's giving it. Savannah's, you could say that, okay, I don't want Savannah on the show because of these behaviors, because the way that she's acting, the way she's doing it, but she's giving something. She's giving people to hate her. People to say, I hate her. She represents this. I don't like that about her. That's actually garnishing attention and moving people as well. So you always have to have the bad person of the show. You always have to have the enemy of the show, or the bad person, or the villain of the show. So she's given villain, and she's okay with being that villain. But also under that being a villain is her father. Like, spill the real tea on your father. That's what you need to do, Savannah, because a lot of this is coming from her childhood. And Cree is in it to win it. I like that Cree won't back down. Like, she's not scared. She won't back down. And she's trying to come to terms with being who she is on the show, but she doesn't want to be the villain. But at the same time, did Vanessa and Tanice set you up by not telling TeeTee that you were going to be there planning her bachelor party and a bachelorette party? I really think that situation was way too shady, because how they gonna do TeeTee like that? TeeTee was supposed to be in the Vanessa crowd, and the Angela Simmons crowd, and the Tanice crowd, and the JoJo crowd, the A-listers of the show. And TeeTee was a part of that, and they just really just set her up like that. I know TeeTee's feeling a certain type of way. TeeTee's feeling some shade. TeeTee's feeling a certain type of way about that situation. And don't worry, TeeTee ain't gonna let it go. We'll see if it's gonna be a bigger situation than it is. But okay, so you see how they did TeeTee. Setting TeeTee up, the producers, nobody giving her a heads up, and she had to go heads up with Cree. You see how big Cree is? Yo, listen, I think I'm bad. I think I'm tough or whatever. Like, I never like to fight. I never like to put my hands on anybody. None of that. I ain't got time for all that physical activity, baby. I work out in the gym, and that is good enough. And take a swim. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm really good with my hands, but you see how big Cree is? Cree is no joke. Cree is huge. She is tall. I wouldn't want to see her. I wouldn't want to see her, y'all. I wouldn't want to see her. And then you got TeeTee. She's just how much she weigh? 10 pounds? so you got that situation going on. I wouldn't want to see her at all. And TeeTee is petite. She's small. She's little. But what my point I'm trying to make is, okay, she was supposed to be in the in crowd with Vanessa and Angela. Why they set her like that and not tell her Cree was doing the planning? And then Cree is going to have all these girls, these girls that I don't know where Cree got these girls from that was at the party and everything. Like, bad taste because if it was Angela, if it was Vanessa, they would not want anybody to bring strippers around their significant other. Whoever Vanessa's dating one of the Wayne brothers, sons. I forgot his name. And Angela, she's dating somebody on the law. I don't know who she's dating now, but she found somebody. So I had asked, she found somebody in Atlanta. But this time she ain't trying to let people know. She ain't trying to let people know what's going on in that situation. Let me see. I'm at 3, right? But if TeeTee is in the in crowd with Angela and Vanessa, JoJo, and Tanice, look how she was set up with that Creed situation. And then Cree bringing the strippers and everything, that was really bad. But at the same time, Cree and Savannah are out here running amok, trying to get at Sequoia. Like I said, the Simmons don't care about the rest of you cast members like that. Like, you're on the show, they're cool, they're happy, blase the third, see how you're doing. But Vanessa and Angela, the way that you and Tanice hasn't even addressed the situation with Cree. I mean, with Sequoia. She hasn't even talked about Sequoia. She hasn't even brung it up. JoJo hasn't even brung it up to her. Like, she ain't even trying to defend herself. She ain't even saying nothing about it. So it just makes it seem like, that Cree is desperate for attention. So is Savannah, and they're doing too much to come after Sequoia on the behest of the Simmons, when the Simmons don't even care, and the Simmons don't be riding for nobody. So it just makes it look bad that they're riding for people that wouldn't ride for them. And at the same time, Tanice is acting like she don't care, like she's in her own world, she's dealing with her own things. So we shall see. I would not want to beef with Briana. Hating on Sequoia because she's pretty, and they swear Sequoia's not pretty. Like, it's not only hating on Sequoia because she's pretty, but they're hating on Sequoia because her father is in her life. Her father has always been in her life. Her father is number one in her life. Her father's helping her. Her father's doing everything with her. Her father has money. Her father has not abandoned her, from what we know. What she says, what Sequoia says, she grew up with her father. People hated on her because her mother and her father, they lived this lifestyle. They had this, they had that. They was always surrounded with their father, and people was jealous because she was the daughter of JoJo. And so, and you could see JoJo walk right into, Tiny's house, which is, I don't know if that's his wife or his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend or whatever. Walk right into the house. They talk, they chill, no arguments, no nothing. Talk to his daughter, walk right out. Everything's cool. But she doesn't have these issues or these daddy's issues as far as, Savannah. Savannah father, Stevie J, was back there in the day with Jodeci, with Puff Daddy, with at Bad Boys, and not Bad Boys. I think it's the other record label, not Bad Boys, but Bad Boys. It's the other record label that they were signed to with Andre Harrell and all of them. And then Jodeci met up with Puffy, and Puffy signed them had them signed right on the spot, blase the third. And so Stevie J was a part of making hits for Jodeci and being around Jodeci as well. But we see how Stevie J did, what's her name? Mimi from Love and Hip Hop and his daughter's mother from 1996, the way he dogged her out, the way he treats her. Stevie J has problems with paying child support. And then you have his daughter that's on this show that's just rambunctious. She's doing anything to stay relevant. She's doing anything about Monty and all this other stuff. Stevie J said he sports his daughter, Savannah, but Savannah says that it should be a crime for Stevie J to celebrate Father's Day. So, hating on Sequoia because you pretty, Lord have mercy. So, you have a lot of that going on. And we have Cree. Cree didn't even grow up with her father. Cree grew up with her stepfather. So Sequoia grew up with her father and her mother, and her father was a blessing in her life. Other than, we got Cree, her first season, what was she doing? Calling out Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell ain't this. I don't know who you be. I don't know where you at. I don't know nothing about, I can't say I love you. And he's closer to his other kids. And she says that her stepfather raised her and blah, blah. And then that's why people are saying, well, Cree doesn't need to be on the show because she's not growing up hip hop because she wasn't even raised with her father, which is so shady. When I read that comment, I was like, yo, man, y'all get deep. Y'all be saying some hurtful things. I felt hurt for her. For real. So, that's the situation. So people are saying that. But in any event, it's more than just looks. It's more than just, Sequoia's pretty. It's a lot of things that come with Sequoia that these two young ladies don't have. And they can't come at Angela and Vanessa because they are the show and they can actually get them kicked off the show. Tanice, she has daddy issues, but, she don't really bother nobody. She don't bother nobody, but she got daddy issues. She tells us about her father and things of that nature. But, it's more than just looks. It's a lot of things that the reason why they don't like Sequoia, but Sequoia's ready. Sequoia says she ain't scared, y'all. Sequoia over there filming with Sam in Egypt. Yo, that me? The cast I want to film with Sequoia and her cousin Jojo, Devin, which is KC's son. They were safe chilling at the bowling alley where Sam in Egypt. Speaking of the bowling alley, little baby, he gonna be facing charges, y'all. He gonna be facing charges for beating him up. Danny Lay, brother. I didn't even know the bowling alley was that slippery. I usually have on bowling shoes and stuff like that. They were slipping and sliding. They had on sneakers and everything. Cree disrespecting her dad. She wouldn't be on this show if he wasn't for him. Facts. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through. Much love to my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad. Boogie. Boogie. Oh my God. So we shall see with Boogie. Boogie's back on the show. Boogie still looks clean. Boogie still looks healthy. So that's a good situation. That's really good. And so that means Briana didn't run him off. But I think Briana and maybe Boogie may be cool. But Boogie doesn't like people yelling and screaming on him. This is why he don't get along with his father. And Briana embarrassed Boogie so bad last season. I really thought that Boogie wasn't coming back because of the way Briana, embarrassed him and yelled at him and cussed him out in front of her house. How she cussed him out at TeeTee and Shawn's party. I was like, yo, I thought he was done with the show. And then when we get to, TeeTee and Shawn, I don't know if this is just for acting, but it seems like Shawn has a lot of complaints, but he has a lot of benefits because when it comes to TeeTee's mother, she's able to help him with his agriculture. She's able to help him with economics and his business. She's been a lawyer for 29 years. You know what I mean? Like, he's really reaping the benefits of being with TeeTee for real, because she served as executive director of Jamaica Economics and Growth Council, and she was head of that. And right now, what is he doing? He's growing in Jamaica. So this is why Maureen was like, oh, he's going to need to be there 6 more months. And then you have Maureen that right now, as we speak, she is currently the director of the First Global Bank. the director. She's not like an employee like that. She's the director of the First Global Bank. So she done helped him out so much. You already know. So, TeeTee's all set. TeeTee's all set. Whether she's living in her mother's house or she wants to buy a house, I think Maureen got more money than Pep. In my opinion, Maureen got more property than Pep. Maureen, she has like 5 different properties, and she has her own property company, like, and TeeTee stand in her property. But Maureen did say, if he spends time in Jamaica and you spend time here in LA, that there's a problem that he can may well cheat on you. And so that's the situation. So they don't see Shawn as that faithful guy, but also they know what a man would do. And TeeTee does not want to live in Jamaica. She don't want to be in Jamaica. She's trying to get jobs here in acting because her dream is to be an actress. So therefore, she wants to stay in LA. She has a house in LA with her mom, and she also has a house in Jersey that's her mom's as well. So she wants to live either on the East Coast or she wants to live on the West Coast, but mostly the West Coast. But at the same time, Shawn got this business, and right now he can't trust anybody in this business. He has to watch, he has to protect it. And Maureen said, yes, he has to be there every single day. So, but Maureen is also saying, you not being there with your husband could have him wondering and go somewhere else and cause more issues and problems. So we shall see what is going to happen in this situation, y'all. Now let me go catch up and watch the latest 2 episodes. What's up, Wanda? How you doing, girl? Thank you, Ralph. When Boogie be drinking, when Briana be drinking, Boogie stay away. He's scared of her when she drink. I don't like the way Briana treats Boogie last season. She treated him so bad last season. Hey, Turner, how you doing? Make sure you guys go check out Norris Tony's YouTube channel. He just dropped a new video. Go show him some love. What's up? But looks healthy. Boogie's chunky. Yeah, he's chunky now. So that means he's probably not. Good night, Rashida. Libra, good night. Thank you for your stream, Mary Jane. Thank you so much, Major. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys coming through. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Vanessa. Yeah. Cree can go. She said Cree can go. Stevie J's daughter can go. She said Vanessa can go. Y'all. It's a good Angela, y'all are too much. Vanessa has no story. She never has a story. Twist, he gives us a little bit of laughs every now and then. But yeah, y'all are right. Tanice baby looked mixed. I know. Y'all are too much. Y'all be noticing everything. But in any event, much love to each and every one of you guys. And I remember not last week, because I didn't even go live last week on the show because it was so boring. But last week, the week before last, I was talking about the show, and I was saying something about what's his name? ODB's son. That's on the show. I forgot his name. ODB's son. So ODB's son, basically, I was saying that it seems like, he ain't getting no money from Wu-Tang on none of the members. So allegedly RZA has been hooking him up, but I don't know how long ago that article was. And if someone's hooking you up, they're just giving you a little bit of the money, but not all the money. So allegedly, I don't know if ODB's son that's on this show I don't know if his mother was married to ODB. But in any event, ODB's former wife, widow, is actually suing Wu-Tang right now. And ODB's son did say that, they're fighting over royalties. So basically, these mother effers ain't even taking care of homeboy's son or helping him out when they got all these millions and they live in lavish. They ain't gonna never see poverty. And this is ODB's son. And, he got a lot of kids. So there's a lot of kids out there. But if any event, not give him money, but help him with his career that he can build and grow more than what he is, especially when he wanted to start rapping. Because what's the old saying? You can feed a man, but if you teach that man how to fish, he can eat forever. And so I'm just noticing a lot of these people from my era are mad shady. Like, you would think that all the members in Wu-Tang, a little investment, money stocked up in this, and I guess that's asking too much for you to look up for your homies' kids, especially if ODB started Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? One of the founding members, the starter of the group, putting the things together. And, you would think that people, there would be some type of hardness. There would be somebody will have some heart, and want to share, but people are just so effing greedy and will watch your kids suffer and starve and live in poverty and not do nothing. And at the same time, I'm talking about P. Diddy too as well. Because look how Biggie's daughter was living in the projects. Where's all of Biggie's residuals? Why they ain't going to his children? His daughter was living in the projects and everything. You know what I mean? And I know Puffy done got his money off of Biggie Smalls. Like, these people are so grimy, man. Just make sure you get everything in writing. Yo, don't trust nobody. For real. Don't trust nobody. Peace. 7 kids like his daddy. Yeah, 7 kids like his daddy, because that's the only way that he could be close to his daddy, because his partners, his friends, and people of that nature that hung with him, was running with him, turned their back. Like, this dude wanted to do rap like his father. And you would think that, and then I don't know if he got skills, because I ain't never heard him rap. Let me just stop lying. So you would think that they would help. But in any event, let me go, because I'm gonna keep talking shit. How does Wu-Tang even divide royalties between 11 members? Well, the wife, the widow of ODB, she is suing for $1 million. And she's probably suing for $1 million because she probably just wants to see the books, to see what is actually owed to him. But they're going to cover all that up unless she really got a good attorney, unless she has an inside. If you don't have an inside man, you just be going to court just to be going to court. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peace, my YBD. Thank you, YBD. I forgot his name. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much love to you, Ralph. Much love to each and every one of you. I forgot his name. YBD. I just call him ODB's son. But yeah, so I don't know if that's his mother that's actually suing. So, basically right on the money. Just shady, just grimy. But at the same time, people will say that it ain't their responsibility. It ain't my kin. I ain't taking food out my mouth and doing that. And then on top of that, when ODB passed, he wasn't on great terms with the members of Wu-Tang, because I believe that he went to go sign with Rockefeller or Jay-Z, or he was dealing with Dame Dash or something of that nature. I could possibly be wrong, but if we don't take care of each other, we're always going to be at the low end of the totem pole, where we can never be the wealthiest in society. And how other groups get wealthy is they band together. And I don't know if that's ever going to happen for us. Because if we can help each other out and move up and outdo each other dirty, so we can actually build a wealth as a people, like every other race has the wealth where they can get things passed, get, laws, get bills, get all types of things in their presence or in their favor to help their race grow, to help their children grow, to help their community grow, and they work together and they put money together. Can we do that? Because, even though we have everything pointed at us, and we have a lot that we have on our plate, we have to deal with a lot when we leave our house and we go to work. People will just really treat you like nothing just because of the color of your skin. And and just to be real with y'all, I went to the store today, and I've been going to the store for about 8 years. For 8 years, because it's so close to my house. It's right next to everything that's bright and everything. So I went to the store before I was going to go live tonight. So I went to the store, and I didn't want to use my debit card or my credit card because it was somewhere in my house. I just didn't want to use it. I had cash on me. So I went to the store to purchase stuff with cash. What I purchased came out to like maybe $69. and I pay with cash. Now, this guy sees me all the time, asks me stories, talk about black this, black that, or say this. He talk about God, talk about love, talk about all types of stuff. Oh, you could do this. Oh, what about, I mean, just various just conversations I really don't want to have, but I'll engage because shit, I just need to get my shit and get the F out. So I pay with the $100 bill, right? So he takes the $100 bill and he looks it up in the light, and he's looking at it, and he's going all around with the $100 bill. He's like, is this real? Is this fake? And he goes, you always use a debit card. Now you have $100 bill. Something is strange. I was like, what are you talking about? So I'm not going to say what I said, because what I said, I'll get my video demonetized. But, these people be putting on, like, I knew it wasn't real. Like, I never tested, any of these people that come into the community and put up stores and things of that nature. I just want to go in there and get my shit and bounce. That's it. But he wants to have all these conversations, and this is going on for like 8 years. Like, maybe not even 8 years, maybe 9 years, because I lived over there for like 12 years, and then I recently moved to a whole nother city. So he's just searching the $100 bill, and I was like, yo, you think I'm gonna give you a counterfeit $100 bill? You think I'm gonna have counterfeit money? It was like, you're like, what are you talking about? You think I commit crime? You think I'm going to go to jail handing off a $100 bill? And if I always use my debit card here, and you guys got cameras, if that's a fake $100 bill, you got my debit card name. You could just look at the date, the time on your camera when I use my debit card that has my first, my last name, my location, and my address and everything, and basically come after me. You know what I mean? If you wanted to do that. But I just wanted to show you that these people that fake like they like Black people that come in your community and build these stores, build these things, they be putting on that front like, oh yeah, power. But I show him my debit card was good enough, but my $100 bill wasn't good enough because it came from a Black woman, and basically I'm gonna have counterfeit money. Damn, he was all in your business. You using use your debit card. I know. Back then, signed those demon 360s. Yo, for real. So that's the situation. Like, but I always go in and out the store, and he have these conversations, but I never test or like yeah, it was cool. Like, I don't think that, oh, that's, if the cops came, that dude would point me out saying that she's a criminal. You know what I mean? But I would see him put on these shows for all the Black people that come into the store and be like, power this, and like, yeah, it's not right. Oh God, Jesus, blah blah blah. And he would have these conversations. I'm trying to get my stuff and go. So and it would be like, oh, torture is slow. Nobody in my family even goes to that store anymore. I was the only one because it's so close. And so I bring $100 bill, all these conversations, all this Black love, Black peace. I can't believe y'all are going through this and blah, blah, blah. Never tested him, whatever. But I just want to just show you how fake it is. So be careful, because the people that you think that may understand what you face in this country are really out to get you, just like the other people. You know what I mean? But I told him about himself. Like, dude, $100 bill was nothing. I went off. $100 bill was not like, what are you saying, dude? Like, but basically your card is good because it's secure. But you as a Black person spending cash, where you get that cash from? I don't believe you got cash like that. You the one working as a cashier, baby, not me. But good night, y'all. Peace and love.